Did you know that what you eat before bed could literally stop your heart while you sleep? For people over 65, certain eating habits create a perfect storm in your body during the night, silently triggering heart failure when you're at your most vulnerable. What's most frightening is that these deadly habits seem completely harmless. You might be doing them right now without realizing the danger they pose. Let me tell you about Robert, a healthy and active 68-year-old from Ohio who seemed to be doing everything right. He walked 2 miles every morning, had regular checkups, and thought he was in perfect health. But one morning, his wife Nancy woke up to find him unresponsive beside her. The medical examiner later confirmed that his heart had failed during the night, all because of what he had eaten before bed. Robert had no idea that his evening eating habits were putting deadly strain on his heart night after night. The saddest part? This tragedy could have been completely prevented with the information I'm about to share with you. My own father made the same mistake with habit 5, and I'm sharing this today so you don't make these fatal errors. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the 7 deadly eating habits that could be putting you at risk right now, and the simple changes you can make tonight to protect yourself. Habit 1. Eating high-sodium foods. Before bed is the snack you enjoy right before sleep, literally setting you up for a midnight heart attack. The food sitting in your kitchen right now could be putting you at risk tonight. Cardiologists at Johns Hopkins Medicine warn that consuming high-sodium foods before bedtime causes dangerous fluid retention and blood pressure spikes during sleep hours. Dr. Stephen Mitchell, Director of Cardiovascular Medicine, explains, "The combination of lying flat and having elevated sodium levels creates the perfect conditions for heart failure. Your body retains fluid, your blood pressure rises dramatically, and your heart must work overtime during the exact hours it should be resting." Consider what happened to Beatrice, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Virginia. She frequently enjoyed cheese and crackers before bed, considering it a harmless evening ritual. Then one night, she woke up gasping for breath, her lungs filling with fluid. At the hospital, doctors discovered she was experiencing acute heart failure. Her cardiologist identified her high-sodium evening snack as the primary trigger. The salt you consume before sleeping is far more dangerous than salt consumed earlier in the day, he warned her. Here's what you need to do immediately. Replace all salty evening snacks with low-sodium alternatives. Instead of processed cheese, chips, or deli meats, choose fresh fruits, unsalted nuts, or plain yogurt. Check food labels carefully. Anything with more than 140 milligrams of sodium per serving should be avoided after 7 p.m. Make this change tonight. Your heart cannot afford to wait another day. Are you willing to risk your life for a salty snack? Habit 2. Large meals too close to bedtime. How soon before bed did you eat your last meal tonight? The timing of your final meal could be putting deadly strain on your heart while you sleep. Research from the American Heart Association shows that eating large meals within 3 hours of bedtime increases the risk of nighttime heart failure by 45% in seniors over 65. Dr. Jennifer Lawson, a leading cardiologist at Stanford Medical Center, states, "When you lie down with a full stomach, the digestive process forces your heart to work harder at precisely the time it should be recovering. This creates dangerous conditions for cardiac events during sleep." Take William's story seriously. At 71, this retired accountant from Michigan frequently experienced frightening heart palpitations at 2 to 3 a.m. Despite numerous tests, doctors couldn't identify the cause until his cardiologist asked about his dinner habits. William typically ate large, heavy meals just before bedtime. When monitored overnight, his heart showed dangerous rhythm changes precisely when his body was digesting food. Your evening eating schedule is literally setting you up for heart failure, his doctor warned him. The solution is simple but must be implemented immediately. Finish your last substantial meal at least 3 per 4 hours before bedtime. If hunger strikes later, choose only a light, easy-to-digest snack, like a small piece of fruit or a few almonds. Avoid heavy proteins, complex carbohydrates, or fatty foods in the evening hours. Your digestion slows dramatically during sleep, leaving your heart to compensate. Is your dinner schedule worth dying for? Make this change tonight. Habit 3. High-sugar desserts and snacks. That innocent cookie or ice cream before bed isn't just adding weight, it's triggering dangerous blood sugar swings that can stop your heart without warning. Studies from the Mayo Clinic Sleep Center show that consuming sugar before bedtime causes dramatic glucose fluctuations that can trigger fatal arrhythmias during sleep. Dr. Vincent Summers, who leads sleep research at Mayo Clinic, warns, the nighttime hours are already when seniors are most vulnerable to cardiac events. Adding blood sugar spikes from evening sweets creates additional stress that can trigger deadly heart rhythms. Let me tell you about Alfred, age 73, from Florida. He routinely enjoyed a bowl of ice cream every night before bed. What he didn't realize was that this habit was creating a deadly pattern. His blood sugar would spike dramatically shortly after falling asleep, then plummet to dangerously low levels around 3 a.m. During one of these crashes, Alfred nearly died from a cardiac arrhythmia. His continuous glucose monitor revealed the shocking truth. His nightly dessert was literally setting him up for heart failure. Here's what you must do now. Replace evening sweets with heart-friendly alternatives. If you need something sweet, choose small portions of berries, a single square of dark chocolate, or natural yogurt with cinnamon. These options satisfy cravings without the dangerous blood sugar roller coaster. Avoid ice cream, cookies, cake, and especially sugary beverages in the evening hours. The temporary pleasure isn't worth the risk to your heart. How much is your life worth? Certainly more than a bowl of ice cream. Habit 4. Caffeine-containing foods and beverages. Did you know that chocolate or coffee after dinner could still be affecting your heart at 3 a.m.? That afternoon cup of coffee or evening piece of chocolate could be silently damaging your heart while you sleep. Research from the Harvard Medical School Sleep Laboratory shows that caffeine consumed even 6 hours before bedtime increases nighttime blood pressure and heart rate variability in seniors, creating dangerous conditions for cardiac events. Dr. Charles Taylor, Chief of Sleep Medicine at Brigham and Women's Hospital, warns, caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours, meaning that 50% of the caffeine is still active in your bloodstream many hours later, significantly impacting cardiovascular function during vulnerable sleep hours. Consider Joyce, age 70, from Washington, who couldn't understand why she experienced heart palpitations at night. She didn't drink coffee after lunch, but she did enjoy dark chocolate in the evening. I would wake up with my heart racing at 2 a.m. almost every night, she explains. I never connected it to the chocolate I enjoyed after dinner. Eliminating this one habit normalized her heart rhythm within just a week. I had no idea something so small could impact my heart so dramatically. The immediate solution: eliminate all caffeine after 2 p.m. This includes not just coffee and tea, but also chocolate, certain medications, and many sodas. Switch to naturally caffeine-free alternatives like herbal teas, decaffeinated coffee, or warm milk with honey if you want a comforting evening beverage. Pay attention to hidden sources of caffeine. Many pain relievers and cold medicines contain significant amounts. This simple change could prevent a midnight cardiac emergency. Is that chocolate bar worth risking a nighttime heart attack? Habit 5. Spicy and acidic foods. The heartburn you feel after spicy foods isn't just uncomfortable. It's creating a pathway for a heart attack during sleep. This was the habit that took my father's life. Gastroenterologists from the National Institute of Aging have documented how spicy and acidic foods consumed before bedtime cause acid reflux that can mimic heart attack symptoms and, in severe cases, trigger actual cardiac events through vagus nerve stimulation. Doctor. Anil Parker, chief of gastroenterology at Columbia University, warns, the inflammatory response to spicy foods creates a cascade of physiological stress that peaks during recumbent sleep positions, creating perfect conditions for both reflux and cardiovascular strain. My father enjoyed spicy food right before bed for years, experiencing what he thought was just normal heartburn. He'd pop an antacid and go to sleep, thinking he'd solved the problem. One night, his heart stopped completely, and the doctors confirmed the inflammation from his spicy late-night meals had triggered the event. The chronic inflammation had weakened his heart over time, and that final spicy meal was simply the last straw. What he thought was just discomfort was actually a warning sign that could have saved his life. Here's what you need to do immediately. Avoid spicy foods like hot peppers, acidic tomato sauces, and heavily seasoned dishes for dinner. Opt for mild, soothing foods in the evening instead. If you do consume spicy or acidic foods, do so at lunch, giving your body at least 6 to 8 hours to process the inflammation before lying down. Never use antacids as a way to cheat and eat spicy foods before bed. They mask the symptoms, but don't prevent the inflammatory cascade that puts your heart at risk. Is that spicy meal worth dying for? I don't think so. Habit 6. Alcohol before bed. That harmless nightcap could be setting you up for a dangerous night of interrupted breathing and heart strain. Are you taking this unnecessary risk every evening? Sleep specialists at Stanford Sleep Medicine Center have found that alcohol before bed reduces oxygen saturation in seniors by up to 15% during critical deep sleep stages, forcing the heart to work harder and increasing stroke risk. Dr. Raphael Norris, clinical professor at Stanford Sleep Medicine, explains, alcohol relaxes the throat muscles during sleep, causing partial airway collapse and dangerous oxygen desaturation in seniors. Your heart struggles all night as a result. Take Donald, a 73-year-old retired accountant who enjoyed 2 glasses of wine each evening. The sleep study results shocked me, he shares. My oxygen levels dropped to dangerous levels dozens of times each hour after I had alcohol before bed. His cardiologist warned him he was gambling with his life every night. I had no idea my evening ritual was putting such strain on my heart. Replace alcoholic beverages with tart cherry juice or chamomile tea, both proven to aid sleep naturally without stressing your heart. If you must have alcohol, limit yourself to 1 small drink and finish it at least 3 hours before bedtime. Never use alcohol as a sleep aid. While it may help you fall asleep faster, it dramatically reduces sleep quality and puts dangerous strain on your cardiovascular system. Your body deserves better than this nightly assault on your heart. Why risk not waking up tomorrow morning for a drink tonight? Habit 7. Not drinking enough water throughout the day. The dehydration you experience during the day creates the perfect conditions for a nighttime heart attack. Are you setting yourself up for disaster without even realizing it? Cardiologists from the American College of Cardiology have found that even mild dehydration causes blood to thicken overnight, increasing the risk of deadly clots forming during sleep. Dr. Wilbert Adams, a geriatric cardiologist and professor of medicine, states, nighttime is already when blood pressure regulation is most compromised in seniors. Adding dehydration to the mix dramatically increases the risk of stroke and heart attack during vulnerable sleep hours. Consider Patricia, age 75, from Illinois. She rarely drank enough water, believing it would cause nighttime bathroom trips. Her nighttime blood pressure monitoring revealed dangerous spikes during the early morning hours. My doctor was alarmed when he saw the readings, she recalls. My blood pressure would surge to stroke levels between 2 and 4 a.m. Simply increasing her daytime hydration stabilized her readings within days. I had no idea my water habits were putting me at such risk every night. The solution: implement the front-loading hydration technique starting tomorrow. Drink the majority of your water earlier in the day, tapering off by evening to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. Aim for at least 64 ounces of water daily, with 75% consumed before 5 p.m. Keep a water bottle with time markers to ensure you're staying on track. Avoid diuretics like caffeine in the afternoon, which can leave you dehydrated during critical sleep hours. This simple change could prevent a life-threatening emergency tonight. Is convenience worth risking a stroke? Now you know the 7 deadly eating habits that put seniors at risk for nighttime heart failure. By making these simple changes to your evening routine, you can significantly reduce your risk and wake up healthy each morning. Remember, these aren't complicated lifestyle overhauls. They're small, immediate adjustments that could save your life. The food you eat before bed is either supporting your heart or putting it under deadly strain. The choice is yours, but it must be made now, not tomorrow. If you found this information valuable, please hit the like button right now and comment below which of these habits you'll be eliminating from your evening routine starting tonight. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive more life-saving health information for seniors. And please share this video immediately with someone you love who is over 65. You might just save their life tonight.